Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the opening day of our coverage of this year's Kazoo World Snooker Championship. Now, such is the global nature of our sport these days that the four players waiting backstage all represent different nationalities. Today, their paths converge for an opportunity to take a step closer to the ultimate title. And wherever they're from, they're guaranteed a great reception, as always, from this brilliant Crucible crowd. Please welcome a player back for a 9th Crucible campaign after a 10-9 thriller against Tepchire Unnu at the qualifiers. Winner of 3 ranking titles, and of course he made the semis here a decade ago. Raise the roof for Ricky Walden.
Well, it's all right. Riding around in the breeze. Well, it's all right. If you live the life you please. Well, it's all right. Doing the best you can. Well, it's all right.
Superb walk-on tune, superb. His opponent, winner of the Championship League at the start of this season, his 3rd ranking title. Making his 6th appearance at the Crucible 11 years after his debut. Raise the roof for the Belgian bullet, Luca Bracel. And now to a player emerging for the biggest match of his life. Hopefully, he'll use the correct staircase. After a superb comeback at the qualifiers, here he is. What a moment and what a debut for China's teenage sensation, Wu Yazie. And finally, to a player who has amassed 23 ranking titles since his arrival from Australia just over 2 decades ago. It's his 19th consecutive Crucible appearance. 3 times a UK champion, twice a Masters champion, and winner of the big one here in 2010. Can you hear the thunder from down under? He's Neil Robertson.
Have a good match, Neil. Just give me a second. I'll stick it on me. Yeah, no.
Thank you very much, Hazel. Good afternoon, everyone. And I think we're in for a fascinating tussle here this afternoon.
Right.
Wu Yazie, first time at the Crucible Theatre. You find it all a little bit cramped with 2 tables here.
Thank you.
Takes
The
a bit
first
of getting
frame.
used to.
Neil Robertson to break.
It's part of the beauty of the Crucible in the early stages, Ken, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it'll be, a little bit of nervousness for the young man, but I'm sure he's going to relish it. Absolutely love this atmosphere. Tough match for him, of course, against one of the greats, Neil Robertson. Won this championship quite some time ago. Then it's been a little bit bizarre sort of season for Neil Robertson. You'd expect him to be on the winners' rostrum a few times, but has a great sort of preparation coming into this World Championship. But as they say, form is temporary and class is permanent, and he's certainly a class act. Very close there.
He was. I thought that was in, but he's left a chance for Neil Robertson. This is a thinnish snake, but I don't know if he can reach round being left-handed, but he can't hold for the black off that one, but he can get up for blue or buck colour. Yeah, he's quite a tall lad, Neil, so he was able to reach that comfortably.
One.
That looks pretty good. Staying the correct side with the blue.
Trying to go into the pack and try and dislodge a red or two. Didn't get enough topspin on the cue ball there to bring one into play, but he might have a red into the left centre pocket, but no, bridging over red is quite awkward. I'm sure he'd be quite careful, I think, in the opening exchanges here, Dennis. You know, being an experienced player at the Crucible for many, many years, he doesn't want his young opponent to settle down into this match very, very early. And
yeah, he'll have done his homework. Well, Neil, he'll know that he's up against a fantastic potter. So he may just... you don't really go in with a game plan, do you? You go in to play well, and that's it. You can't sort of say how you're going to play against an opponent. But it will be interesting to see how tight he keeps this match, because Neil's one of the best potters we've ever had in the game. But this young man, some of his matches in the qualifying rounds, Ken, was the breaks he was knocking in was incredible.
yeah, some wonderful victories there. He's only 19 as well. I mean, he's so young. Practices up in Dingzhonghui Academy, as I said. He's in there with his father every single day. He beat Alan Taylor 10-7 in his first match. Then he beat Tianpeng Fei, which was a really good win. That was 10-2, quite convincing. And in his final qualifying round, he beat Chris Wakeling, who had qualified, never lost a qualifying match. To qualify for the Crucible, particularly on Judgment Day. And that was the first time. So that was a very impressive win as well.
This opening frame's gone a little awkward because of the red up the other side of the blue there. He's got to cover that. So the green will be the covering ball for that, and it looks to be played to perfection, or maybe he can get past the green. I think he can get past, but if he takes the pot on, the white's running up into the pink and reds here. But he does love to go for his shots. He could take it up into the corner, which would be a more difficult pot, but let's see how he plays this. Into the corner with a little bit of safety in mind. This wasn't easy. And it's gone a little awkward with the black tied up now.
I think there are quite a few players this year, Dennis, who come to the World Championship with not any real recent form, and definitely Neil Robertson is in that category. But it's one of these tournaments, of course, over the best of 19, you know, first round, best of 25. It's a tournament that you can find form in, isn't it, because of the longevity of the matches.
Yes, the first round is the potential stumbling block for the top seeds. Once you get through the first round and you're into 3 sessions, best of 25, then you can relax a little bit more. And look at that, the pink's out of the game now as well, but a very good length with a safety shot here. Look at that, glued to the cushion. And as you can see, no path down the right side of the table for the safety shot. And he can't get to the reds, the left side of the table. So he's going to have to think a little bit about this. The old dreaded double kiss has left an opportunity here for Neil, but with the pink and black tied up, it's not a good chance. The reds are nicely placed.
One.
Yeah, not a bad little kiss on the blue. The fact that the yellow is off its spot, he can come down the left-hand side of the table, over the yellow spot. Trying to get on that red, just above the pink spot.
6.
He's just having a look to see the pathway of the red. Can he avoid the reds and play this off 2 cushions? Yeah, that was the pathway, but it looks a little bit short with the cue ball once more.
Yeah, that was a poor shot from Neil there. He's left himself a very awkward positional shot now. Just about okay, but he's still got to pull a good pot out here, and he's got to get back round onto the blue. So it's not going to be straightforward. It's a pretty good effort, but once again, similar to the previous shot where he was the other side of the blue, so he's having to work very hard for these.
He's quite a tall guy, Neil Robertson, well over 6 foot. He just needs a little bit on the cue because the red that's just left of the black is slightly hampering. And it's just got to be careful. Waistcoat doesn't touch that red on the top cushion. It's pretty close to it.
Oh, it looks touching from that picture, but the referee's got a keen eye on it. It's a little bit deceiving, that shot, yeah.
80.
He's got an angle on this red now. I wonder, can he play for the pink into the left centre pocket? He's got to be pretty precise with his cue ball here. No.
90.
Once again. Short of the blue. Thought he might have been able to stun over to the right hand side cushion there and get on the pink into the left middle That would have certainly helped things for him.
$24.
So that's 4 reds, 4 blues. As you said, Dennis, he's working very, very hard for this break.
$25.
He's such a wonderful putter. He's got a Rolls Royce cue action. He's keeping the break going. Nice little kiss on that red, just a hold for the red into the left corner. Surely he's going to get top side of the blue this time.
31.
And he may still just stay on the blue and try and pick off these 2 loose reds just above the black spot.
$36. $37.
It's going to get a little bit more difficult now. It's just got one easy red that's to the left of the black spot to get on. Then, well, the 2 the right side of the table there, just between the pink and black, they're not too bad. You can get in behind those and leave them on for corner or middle pocket. But after this next red that's near the black spot, it'll become much more difficult. Well, he's decided. Oh, the red's in, is it? Is the red in? Well, that is so unlucky. He knew he was running out of options there and decided to play the cannon, which would have given him the frame quite comfortably. But I mean, how unlucky is this?
Yeah. Oh, very unlucky. I mean, he played the right shot. He played the more aggressive shot. Going to bring those reds in to play on the black indeed. And a nice little starter for Yazie. But he has pretty much the same problem. He's got a nice angle on the blue here. Could run into the pink and red. Maybe bring both of them into play. Well, that's what he tried, but it could have been a little bit kinder to him.
Oh, this is an awkward little cut back here. If he's going to just drop it in, he can get on the black here.
$7.
And he's played it nicely, but once again he's faced with a tricky black, cutting it back into the pocket. These are far from easy.
Very missable. These are the shot. Sometimes you're watching where the cue ball's gone, but you've got to concentrate on the pot. Oh, nice shot. Well played. And now a wonderful chance. Just those couple of shots, bringing that red that was close to the pink, and that black has given himself a wonderful chance here for a counter-attack.
15.
No, the other one went in because of the pace. That one had a little bit more pace on it, and it wasn't right in the heart of the pocket, and he got found out there. But a wonderful chance has just gone. And Neil Robertson be quite relieved, Ken, because when he had that bit of bad luck when he knocked the red in, he was fearing the worst.
Yeah, it was just the way he played the black. If he had maybe just dropped it in almost dead weight, it may have dropped again, but the fact that he was digging into the cue ball, trying to hold the cue ball for the red, that's what made him miss it. So black to go 37 ahead, just 35 remaining.
He'll want to make sure of this red, because Wu will come back to the table if he doesn't pot this. It's only one snooker that's needed. And safely in the pocket. And that is the end of the opening frame here. I think Yazie looking at the score.
On the first one.
Signal to the referee. He's had enough. So Neil almost got into a bit of trouble when he knocked the red in when potting the blue, but he's safely over the line in this opening frame. 1-0 to the Australian.
Thank you, the second frame. Who easy to break?
Yeah, massive day for him. And it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that miss black and an opportunity missed in that last frame. It'll take him a little while to settle down. He really wants to get a frame on the board very, very early.
One.
Good opening. Very typical Neil Robertson pot. And look at that position he shot. That's what he's so good at. Not only the pot, but look at the position. Perfect on the blue. Looks like the red just below the pink is pottable into this bottom right corner pocket.
6.
And that will certainly release the pink. Wanted a slide angle on it, but I could play on the black here.
Just thinking the same thing, Ken. If he played on the black and got on it in such a way, he could just nudge the red away and free the two reds that's near the black. It's an option. That's what he's looking at now, because it showed you he was almost straight on this red, so there's no problem getting through onto the black. So let's see what he decides on. No, has he got the angle?
7.
He can still nudge that red away, probably just a little further than he intended, but this clears the black spot area.
He's played that lovely. Cleared the black, as you said, Dennis. But just judge that little cannon into the 6 reds for the red into this right corner pocket. That was a lovely little shot.
15.
Most likely play on the red, just to the left of the black. Played on it well.
22.
Will he look to try and get an angle on the black maybe, so he can go into the pack and still hold for red into the left corner? That's what he's looking at.
23.
Well, that's worked out a treat.
30.
Red into the right centre. He's got this red into the bottom right corner pocket.
$31. $38. $39.
He's going around picking off these reds nicely. There's a couple of reds he could play on. Red into the right centre. And you see a beautiful camera view on the back of the theatre.
44.
That was interesting what Hazel was saying about Neil Robertson making 45 centuries this season, even though he's had a poor season, but he is a wonderful break builder. And probably, well, the first player to make a century of centuries in a season, Ken. That was some achievement.
And that was here, I think. I think it was on this very table against Judd Trump. But yeah, he's
45.
phenomenal scorer, you know. One of the best that the game has ever seen. And it all came from that long red. And the break off from his opponent just left one red out. Knocked it in. And Yazie can only sit and watch. Not ideal on the blue. So may have to play a little cannon into maybe the reds or even the pink.
Yeah, he's a little bit concerned if the cannon goes wrong, he could run out of position.
Yeah.
But he played it perfectly. That's the chance now to make it 2-0. That was the key shot, that little cannon working as he intended.
$51.
Well, there you see a little stat, 24 seconds average shot time. Well, I think it's just gone down now to 23, but that's when I think Neil Robertson is playing his best. Just something over the around the 20-second mark. a few times a few years ago where he started looking at a lot of shots, and sometimes his shot time was up in the late 20s, and I don't think that was good for him. I think he's more fluent, he's playing better. He's around just above the 20 mark. That red obviously pots into the right centre pocket. 65 ahead, so this red and another colour will be enough, but once that frame is in the bag, he'll be concentrating on trying to make a century and clear all these balls. Laying down a marker here to his opponent.
I don't think he's on anything.
73.
He would have wanted to have finished this frame off because his opponent's going to come back to the table. Though it's 2 snookers required, but he'd have to swerve this round the pink if he's going to take the pot on. And that's exactly what he's doing. Trying to bend it. Look where he's hitting the cue ball, right on the edge. Just to turn it over, and he played it very well.
74.
Yeah, you couldn't get a better angle than that. Beautiful shot. And this is the red he was trying to get on. This one here, I'm sure, into the left centre. Now, can he, when potting this, just brush into the 2 reds and open them into potable position? Just a little brush off them. There you see it.
81.
Played it perfectly.
$87.
Well, he'll definitely get the century before he worries about that red on the left-hand side of the table, close to the left cushion. Such a good break this, isn't it, Dennis?
He's looked
95.
immaculate all the way through. Never looked like running into trouble.
96.
So his first century in this year's Kazoo World Championship. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. Incredible the century. He'd like to keep going. Possible 138.
104.
That's his 894th career century. Quite incredible.
111. 113. 160. 120. 125.
So this will be an early marker for the players. Possible
131.
138 from the Australian. Great start to the match. Absolutely fantastic from Neil Robertson.
Neil Robertson.
138. And he leads by 2 frames to 0.
Quiet as you can, please.
Go on, you!
Good break, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a wonderful career Neil Robertson's had. And to think, Ken, that his first year he dropped off the tour and had to get playing his way back onto it again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a very famous story. Came all the way from Melbourne, Australia, just £500 in his pocket. Got on the tour, fell off, got back on, and well, hasn't looked back since. Wonderful career. It's an interesting one though, Dennis, since he won the
Thank
World
you. The
Championship
third
back
frame.
in 2010.
Neil Robertson to Brown.
And all those years since then, he's only been to one semi-final. I'm sure he'd like to put that right this year.
It's a tough game, this snooker. He's a very attacking player. Is he having a go here? He certainly is. Is he going to get a bit of good fortune? No. He deserved better. That was a cracking opening pot. Not a favourable run of the balls there. But at least it's a confidence booster, Ken, that one.
Yeah, nice when they go in. As you said, he is aggressive. He'll go for his shots. There'll be no holding back.
Green ball, thank you.
I won't be going for this though. He'll be trying to get that cue ball onto the ball cushion. But yeah, good pot for him. And might,
Oh, he's a 1.
as you said, make him feel a little bit better. He'll be disappointed with that chance that he had in the first frame and that missed black off the spot. As I said, he's looking to get a frame on the board very early.
Much too thin. This is going to leave a chance into the right corner here. He's left Neil in amongst them here. He's obviously feeling it out there. I know the crucible now don't come in so much these days because these players are playing so much snooker throughout the season, but still coming to the crucible for the first time. It's a big ordeal, Ken.
It is, yeah. There's so many different things about playing at this wonderful theatre than other tournaments.
Well,
The fact that it's, you know, the people are so close to you around the table, your opponent sitting next to you in the chair, and of course the magnitude of the tournament itself. And that's why it's almost imperative when he settles down early.
8.
That one would have unnerved him, that miss.
No. 17.
Quick look into the pack. He could play in a loose red, but he's going into them. Oh, well. Play it with a lot of bottom on the cue ball. He's been lucky. He's on this red into the right centre. But it's not a great angle to try and get back on the black here.
$25.
Looks as if there's only 2 more reds available. He's coming around to have a look, but the one at
32.
the back of the pack and to the right might possibly be available into the left corner. At the moment it won't go, but when he removes this red it will, but I'm not sure if that's an option.
33.
If not, he might decide to go into the reds here. He's got a good angle. A bit of top spin, left hand side, and you can see the way he's applying it there. And that's okay. Another frame winning chance now.
40.
The fact that that cannon has worked out nicely for him.
Yeah, beautiful shot there. Now you see his pot success up to 99%.
40.
And this is exactly the start Neil Robertson would have wanted.
$46. $47.
No need to play any
50.
cannons, they're all clearing each other. The reds that are behind the pink. Just checking to see if the pink spot's available. I mean, he can play on the black without any problem at all, but he's worked it all out in his head.
53.
So obviously the pink's the better ball for ideal position. Rob Spencer, referee, just checking there to see if the pink will spot, and there's not enough room. And the highest available, well, only spot available
59.
is the green.
$60.
You wouldn't put it past him making another century here, Ken.
No. He looks in pretty good form. I mean, his cue ball has been excellent. He's got the pace of the table.
65.
This red is be enough. But as I said, he want to go on and
66.
make another century from here.
just that red that's near the right side cushion. Being a left-hander, it's
72.
gonna be a little awkward for him.
74. $81. 82.
I'm gonna have to play for the blue this time.
89.
That last red, the key ball as to whether he makes another century.
90.
I think he's played for the pink, but he's come up a little bit short. Another sort of 12 inches up the table with the cue ball, and he could have potted the pink and probably tried to move the red. As I say, if you're a right-hander, you could drop in behind it.
Well, he's just going to drop the pink in and leave the red from distance. So this will be some shot to keep the break going.
$96.
Well, no century
Robertson,
break, but just
96.
the one chance
On the
needed.
clock.
And Neil Robertson, with that magnificent break of 96, extends his lead. It's now 3-0 to the Australian.
Lightly, please. Thank you. The fourth round. Louisa to break.
A ham sandwich, Dennis. I bet he didn't share it either, did he?
Have a look at that. I mean, he deserves a bit of good fortune, but what a pot. But have a look at this. Very, very fortunate, but that's usually what happens in this game. When you're playing well, you get the run of the ball like that. I mean, that was an incredible bit of good fortune to finish on the black like this, and he's straight in amongst them again.
Yeah. It's even tougher for his opponent sitting in that chair. Hasn't done anything wrong. He's got a nice angle. He's got on the red. And the way he's playing, wow, what can you do? He's just got to sit there and wait and be patient and hopefully get a chance. At the moment, so it's all Neil Robertson. Well, I know it's early days, Dennis, but I tell you what, the position of the Reds here
9.
could have another very big and special break. I wonder how long he will stay on the black here. That's okay. He's got a red into the left corner. Perfect.
16.
There you see it. Neil Robertson made the 12th maximum break at the Crucible during last year's championship.
17.
This will be 3 reds, 3 blacks. Now we've gone a little bit early, Dennis, but I tell you what, you know, the way he's playing and the position of the
24.
Reds particularly, it's pretty ominous.
25.
Surely not on the opening day of the World Championship here in Sheffield. But they're sitting nicely, as you said, Ken.
$32.
Well, this might tell a little story. I mean, he could play up for blue, but I don't think he will. I think he's definitely going to stay on the black for as long as possible.
$33.
There's a few loose reds that you could play on here. Yeah, may come off. Bounce the cue ball off the left-hand side cushion. He'll have a choice of 2 reds into this same pocket. Oh, that wiggled in. Well, he's okay. 5 reds, 5 blacks.
40.
Because it didn't go in the centre of the pocket, the whites come up just a little bit short, but he should be okay here. Yep, he can get on the black again, no problem.
That's it.
£40,000 for a maximum break this year. And of course, 15,000 for the highest break. And if you make a maximum, take a bit of beating, someone could equal it.
Yeah, he would have liked better angle on this black, so he may have to just force it off the cushion. Try and get over to the right hand side. It looks pretty good if it slows up. Oh, yeah. Could have done with just
48.
slowing up a fraction, being a bit straighter on this red. Definitely missable, particularly for a left-hander. Although he's tall enough, he can reach it. Well played.
49.
Oh, needs a bounce. Needs a bounce. A little bit surprised he played off 2 cushions there. He could have just played off 1 cushion there. So once again, he's going to need another good pot here and position.
No, he hadn't quite
Neil
got
Robertson.
the correct
49.
angle to get out onto the red, so the possible maximum break has disappeared, and he's just 49 points in front. He was just a little bit straight on the black. And it's usually the case. He hasn't left an easy starter. This will be some pot. He can get on the black if he can put this in the middle pocket. But he's got to watch the other middle pocket for the cue ball. No. Decided not to take the pot on there. I mean, it was online for the middle pocket. I was surprised Kenny didn't have a go with the black over the corner.
Yeah, and he didn't look at the reds either. What's he looking at? Is there a possible plant? Does that red? I don't think so. It looks a very, very good cue ball. Have a look at this for a shot. Pretty good, but he has left a possible red here. And cue ball coming back down towards that black and the ball cushion. Needs to get one of these. Yeah, it's pretty good. Very, very good indeed. And it's going to hold. He's on the black, he's on the green, he's even on the brown. I wonder. Excellent pot. Wouldn't be a bad idea getting the black back on its spot here, Dennis. What do you think?
Definitely the shot to play. It looks a little thin snick, but it should be pretty comfortable really. And the white's automatically coming up towards the reds. He's bound to be in ideal position. But just give the black a little bit of care and attention here. So he had a big margin of error to drop the cue ball there and leave himself a choice of 4 or 5 reds, and he's played it very well indeed. Now this is a bit of a chance. We're going to the mid-session interval. This would be a big boost for Wu Yazie.
No.
Could have played that a little bit better. He's okay. He's slightly hampered, but you can get back down for the black here.
50.
As the boys in the studio were saying it, you know, he needs a frame early just to settle, and this is a wonderful chance. Had to sit in that chair and just to admire his opponent over the last couple of frames. When your chance comes, you've got to be ready for it. There's chances like these that will really be a good boost for him.
23.
If he could steal it.
It's a big test of his temperament here. He looks pretty cool, calm and collected around the table.
$30.
So far, so good. Just that red that's the left side of the table is not ideally placed.
$35.
It'd be interesting to see, does he play for a nice angle on the pink to get in behind that red, the difficult red? Now, has he got the angle? I think he has. Might be a good opportunity just to nestle on the left-hand side cushion behind this red and hopefully have the red into the right centre pocket. All about the pace here. That was it. Could have been a bit better.
42.
Yeah, just another ball up the table and he would have been perfect on this. This is a tricky little cutback. Well played. Very good. One more good positional shot here. And he's got them where he wants them. Yeah, very nicely played.
48. $49.
Yeah, one good positional shot. Get nicely on that yellow. He's got the perfect angle and he's played it. The pace is good. Excellent. He's playing this left-handed. That tells a little story. Maybe he's not feeling any nerves.
57.
He made it look easy, screwing it back there, you know, swapping hands. A lot of players doing that these days.
60.
But this will send him to the mid-session interval feeling much better.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's so commendable, this break so far. Just 2 more balls needed. This has been a
64.
real test for him, but he's come through it. He'll pot the blue. He won't have to do much work with the cue ball. It's a natural angle back down for the pink, but he just needs the blue. Well played.
59.
Fantastic break, this. Shown great spirit and temperament. What a way to get your first frame on the board at the World
75.
Championships. Particularly as he's been sat out for the last couple of frames. Excellent.
82. On the frame.
Excellent break from Yazie. Gets his first frame on the board, but it's the Australian Neil Robertson who goes into the mid-session interval, leading 3 frames to 1.
Quiet as you can, please.
Thank you, Hazel. I'll try and do an impersonation of John or Sean. Big reception for both players as they come back into the arena. And be interesting to see if that last frame at the
Thank
end,
you. The 5th frame.
player 1 will
Thank
settle
you.
him down.
Neil Robertson to break.
Spectators getting a little excited, that's okay, as long as they're quiet on the shot.
Quiet as you can, please.
Of course, the other table's still on their interval, so you're going to get lots of noise. That's the nature of the Crucible Theatre when you've got the two tables. Look how close the crowd are. Oh, that was a risky one he took on there. He was always going to leave a pot on for Neil. But he is an attacking player. He'll go for all sorts. But White tucked up on the cushion. I think he might have been better looking for a safety there.
One.
A delicate little cannon needed here. Just a gentle one. And it'll be a good opportunity here. Can't afford to leave this player in amongst the balls with the form that he's produced so far here this afternoon. He's just a bit concerned if he does play the cannon. I don't know if he can avoid it because there's two loose reds there. He could avoid the cannon. Just means that it's left him a slightly more difficult pot. I thought he would have just brushed off
8.
the two reds out the back of the pack. I thought he'd have just cannoned the left one. But he didn't want to risk it.
He just had an anxious look, didn't he, at the red, but he's just about on it.
9.
Yeah, good shot. Yeah, May play on the red directly above the black. He doesn't have to go into the pack of reds here. He can play it off two cushions, and if he overhits it, he'll still have the red over the middle. Just avoid the pack, two cushions. He's overhit it, but he's always has the red over that left centre pocket.
$50. Please.
Yeah.
Rob Spencer just having a look to see where, I mean, this could be a tricky respot here. He's going to have to mark the red, move it out of the way, try and get the pink. Very delicate this. Need a steady finger. That was very, very awkward to respot that. I think he deserves a little round of applause when he finishes this.
Yeah. Better wait until he finishes, though. His finger could slip. Look at that.
I remember once in pot black, Sidney Lee, who was the referee all those years ago, he dropped the pink into the middle of the reds with the glove, and the reds went all over the place, and he just pulled them all back together with his hand and said, 7, and carried on.
Tell you what, he's done a good job here, isn't he, Rob Spencer? Well done, getting the pink in there.
There we go. Deserves that.
$22. $29.
That was a nice pace of the cue ball there. Now, what's he looking at? Well, he's wondering when he pots this red, just a little glance off the red, just above it, for the cue ball to go through the gap and still be on the black. There's the pot, there's the little brush, but he hasn't played it well. Could have played that with a bit more pace. He caught the red too full. I just wanted a little brush off it.
Well, if he takes this on, this will be some shot, bridging over the red. Oh, he's overcut that. That was so difficult.
Neil Robertson, 30.
Yeah, you'd probably knock that type of shot in maybe 3 times out of 10. And this is awkward as well for Wu Yazie, this. Because he's got to get a little bit of action onto it if he took that one into the middle pocket, so it's not worth the risk. This is the correct shot here.
Count himself very lucky, Neil Robertson, after missing that black, that he didn't leave something a little bit easier for his opponent. Is he on this red? Just past the black. To this corner pocket. Certainly pots. Oh, wonderful shot. Use the black as made the pocket a little bit bigger, the black being close proximity. Just a little nick off the black. Normally, you would expect Neil Robertson to take this brown on, but maybe just showing his opponent a little bit of respect and using his experience here. But I tell you, he hasn't played that well. Probably should have taken the brown on.
Smiles all around. I'm wondering if that just drifted slightly. The tables are checked after most sessions. They always go out, check how level it is, but that one seemed to drift a little bit. Let's see if he can make it difficult for Neil as we show you that fabulous pot there. Is he going to take the brown on? As I say, Neil refused it, but this fella attacks everything.
Willie's at 1.
Well, he missed it, but I like the way he took it on. He was confident enough to take it on. He saw his opponent refuse it, and he thought, well, I'm not going to refuse it. There's a chance. If it goes in, I could win the frame. But, of course, the flip side is, if he misses it, he could now lose the frame. Oh.
One.
Wow. He's not going to lose the frame. Let's end the break.
It's amazing that. I know he was using the rest, but you could play that shot 10 times and not screw the white into that position. Amazing. It just landed on the blue and finished in no man's land.
Blue ball. Neil Robertson.
I'll tell you what, Wu Yazie has been on that baulk cushion quite a few times. Neil has found it absolutely to perfection. Oh, the white's close, the white's close.
5. Neil Robertson 4.
Well, it's costing him 4 points, but what it does leave is a difficult pot for Neil. He's only 35 points in front. This will be an interesting choice of shot coming up. He can put that white anywhere in the D area. But wherever he places it, it's going to be a difficult pot. So he might refuse it. That's sort of giving a little indication that he may take the red that's next to the tip on and get on the black. And he's just looking to see what he would leave if he got a good cue ball. But, well, he's one of the best potters we've ever seen in the game. And, well, here we go. Dead straight. You've got to push that cue through in a straight line. Wonderful.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's a brilliant shot. As you said, you got to stay so still on the shot as well. Perfect on the black. And that's what he does, isn't he, Dennis? As you said, he's one of the best long putters in the game. You got to play to your strengths.
8.
That's why I was so surprised to see him refuse the brown into the right centre a few shots ago.
This match will be played to a conclusion tomorrow afternoon, and Neil Robertson will be
60.
hoping to take a healthy lead into tomorrow.
17.
A couple more pots away from making it 4-1 here. Didn't quite get enough reverse side on that. He can still pot this, but he wanted to be straighter on it.
24.
This is frame ball.
25. $30. 30. $37. 38. 44. 45.
Yeah, this is a great response after the mid-session interval, especially with he was on his way to a
52.
maximum break and finished up losing the frame. Brilliant 82 break from his opponent.
54.
But this is where he started the match. He's queuing beautifully at the moment.
57. 61. 66. 72. 79.
That's another
On the frame.
frame-winning break
Neil Robertson.
from Neil Robertson, and he extends his lead. It's now 4-1.
Thank you. The sixth frame. Who is it to break?
Yes, Yazie certainly does. He's in his stride. It's a bit unusual why we haven't seen so much of him over the course of the last few months, particularly at the business end of tournaments. And maybe just it was a confidence thing. Nothing certainly about his technique. It looks as smooth and as good as ever. He's had a litany of big breaks already early in this match. And that particular last shot, Dennis, I mean, that's what Neil Robertson's all about. We put the ball in hand, took the long straight red on, knocked it in, and then went on to win the frame from that position.
Yeah, this was the long red that he knocked in. He could place it anywhere in the day, and he'd worked out he could take that on, and he put the white perfect on the black, but he wasn't leaving anything, only the red he took on. It was playing the percentages there, Ken.
Yeah. Well, how well he cued it. Now he's having a look at a plant here. It's two reds just to the right of the pink. Look pretty much in line to this bottom right corner pocket. There you see it. Shouldn't be a problem, this.
One.
And, well, he shouldn't have been left that. Okay, we'll use it. Took the red on into the left centre, but he may not have taken the red on if he knew he was going to leave the plant. So a bit of a mistake there from Yazie. And a chance. He could have played it a little bit better. He's a little bit lower on the pink than he would have liked, Neil Robertson. But he does have that red up in the bulk area to try and play on.
Neil Robertson
Wasn't on that pink. Is a little bit low on it. Didn't expect him to miss it.
Yeah. I think he took his eye off the pot. He was more concerned about the cue ball. Now, is this too thin a cut? Because I'm just looking at it. If he was to cut this in, every chance he could finish on the black, you know. It's a thin snake, but the white will come twice across the table, should avoid hitting the blue. And if he takes the cut on, he could finish nicely on the black. He's had second thoughts, though. And now he's looking at the safety side of the game.
Just wondering, is he on this red? Well, he certainly is. He's got enough of the red to take this red on. And he can certainly come around the back of the black, but can he avoid the reds? Well, he's refusing it. The only problem about playing into those reds there, there's always a possibility that the red could pop itself over left or right corner pocket, and that's exactly what's happened. He can get on the black here, take this red on into this bottom right corner and play it off two cushions, or he could just hold the cue ball off one cushion. Bit of a tester, this. Yeah, a bit of a test there. Now what's he left?
I think he's left quite a few, especially if the red next to the black goes, although it may be quite tight that maybe it doesn't pot. So if it doesn't, there's no easy starter. He can cut the one in that's next to the pink. Yeah, that's his choice. So you'd think he'd finish on one of the bulk colours here.
One.
So one good positional shot, and he's right in amongst them again. Look at the reds, they're perfectly placed. The blacks in the open, the pinks in the open. Great chance. Well, that's
3.
a shocker from Neil there. He'd got quite a margin for error, and look where he's put the cue ball. He just got into it too much. He's left himself a tricky cut into the middle pocket if he is going to take it on. Had another look at the angle there, but this is not straightforward. No, overcut it. But that, the yellows
Robertson 3.
covered it, so it was a bit of a calculated risk he took there, but he knew he could always possibly cover it. And if the red goes in, he was on the yellow for the middle.
Yeah, this is a tough one, this, because he really needs to get that cue ball over to the right hand side of the table in bulk, so he doesn't leave that red near the right centre pocket. Can't do that though, there's no path. Is he taking this long red on? Well, this is risky. Oh, what a shot. Needs a bit of luck. Deserves a bit of luck. Is he on the pink? No. Oh, what a tremendous putt.
You won't see a better one than that. And he's a bit unlucky with that kiss that he got there. And this is an equally difficult yellow he's faced with. Well done. Yeah, every credit. Showing great temperament and composure. Those last two shots.
3.
And he's got, well, not a bad opportunity now. Can he capitalise on it?
Well, he deserves to. I think after those two putts, he can play on pink or black here.
4.
He's gone down for the black. Needs a bounce. Yeah, pretty good. Well, that opening pot of the red, you won't see many better today than that.
11. $12.
Yeah, I wonder. Could play on a little cannon on one of these reds to hold the cue ball. Doesn't have to, of course. A couple of choices. He's played for the loose one. He's okay.
90.
Can he reach that though? maybe just about, quite a stretch, but hadn't much
20.
to do with it. Shows the confidence of this young player playing for the red along the cushion. He could
27.
easily have played out to the open reds.
28.
Safely in. Excellent.
He could play a little cannon into that red, and that would open one of the reds into the left corner, but also he'd be on the red into the right corner. Yeah, nicely played. Just a delicate little shot.
35.
Yeah, if he could play this red into the left corner, just hold for the pink. He could play it off the cushion if he wanted. Could play a little cannon on the red as well, but I think off the cushion and back for the pink should be okay.
36.
That's gone wrong.
Yeah, the previous shot, the white just finished in an awkward position. He was on a choice of 3 reds, and every one of them were just that little bit awkward with regards to getting a good positional shot. I'm not sure if he can take the green and get enough screw on this to not cannon the red that's to the right of it to get back up. But they're all sort of covering each other somewhat into the left corner pocket. Well, a little bit the same the other side of the table, so it's not straightforward, this. This is a key shot coming up here. Yeah, he's plenty of screw he can get on it here. Couldn't avoid the cannon on the red, but that'll do. That'll do nicely. The angle on the green, there was no way he could avoid that cannon.
Thank you. 42. $44.
Well, this way he's got to be careful. He wants to screw the cue ball back just about 3 or 4 inches. It's very easy to underscrew or even overscrew this and not beyond this red into the right corner pocket. So it's not straightforward, this.
Yeah, taking his time quite rightly so to make sure he gets this next shot absolutely spot on. 40 points in the lead. Oh, this is just about okay. He can just cue past the black.
50.
Almost went very awkward for him there. I love that shot there. You're right down the player's cue.
Yeah, and he cued it lovely, didn't he? Nice shot into the middle pocket. Back in prime position now. And for all of the
58.
barrage of breaks that he's faced this afternoon from his opponent, he's battling in there and he's
59.
sticking with him.
Yeah, we tend to forget he's only 19 years of age. First time at the Crucible. Given a very good account of himself here, Ken.
He's looked calm, hasn't he?
65.
Okay, he's made a few mistakes, but by and large, the opening red
66.
in this break and then the yellow to follow. Fantastic. The innocence of youth, Dennis.
72. $73.
Just from a confidence point of view, it'd be
75.
nice if he could clear the lot here.
$76.
Yeah, and how nice it would be
80.
if he could make a century of his own here on his debut at the Crucible. Wouldn't that be something?
82.
He's going to need a really good positional shot from brown to blue. But there's enough room from the blue, from the left-hand side cushion. Get in the back of it.
85.
He's perfect on the brown. So stun over towards that left-hand side cushion. Get right behind the blue and have it into the corner or the middle pocket. It's all about pace here.
89.
Oh, he's going to play it into the left centre. But if he gets it, it'd be nicely on the pink. It's there. What a wonderful
94.
shot. And he's 2 shots away, Dennis. His debut at the Crucible, and he's going to make a century.
100.
Well, that's a milestone in this young player's career. On your debut to knock a century, and absolutely brilliant, Ken.
Fantastic.
107. On the frame.
Well played to the young man, Louise from China. Wonderful century on his debut, and that's something to keep in a memory. And against the world champion, former world champion as well. Brilliant, great stuff.
Thank you. The seventh frame.
Hazel.
Neil Robertson to
Every
break.
credit to Wu Yazie. What a clearance that was. But we talked about it, and his opening pot in that break, Ken, was, you know, as good a shot as you're going to see all throughout the tournament. It was a cracker.
Well, definitely a hot shot. He's going to take this red on now. And if he gets this, he'll be back on the black maybe. Ooh. Doesn't want the kiss. Oh. Hope to stay on the black, but as we see, red comes back, kisses the cue ball, and it's definitely on for Neil Robertson. This another red to the left of the black is cuttable as well. Oh, oof! Thought he overcut it there for a minute.
Not the best kiss in the world on the blue there. Little things like that can just turn matches around. I mean, if he misses the blue, he's got a nice, easy one to the corner. If he hits it half ball, he's got it for the middle. It's just finished awkward.
I was a little bit surprised he took that red that he did pot. I thought the red here along the top cushion, Dennis, was for a left-hander wasn't too bad.
Neil Robertson.
It's been a very entertaining match, this. It really has. Both players cueing really well. Both had century breaks. Good to watch. Well, he's hit two reds towards the left corner pocket. Is there a path through to the one that's over the pocket? Might possibly be able to get past that first red. I think he's just okay, but it's all about the cue ball. It's going to head over towards the pack of reds unless he can get quite a bit of side on it. He did get the side on it, but is it going into the middle pocket? Surely not. No, it's okay.
Six.
Yeah, just put a little circle up there. And if you can get the cue ball into that area, it could be on black or blue. He's had a look at it. Oh.
Louisa. Six.
And that's a poor miss. That may cost him.
Just when we thought he was looking comfortable out there. Did he get a heavy contact there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it was just a poor shot or he got a bit of a kick. Let's have a look. seemed to straighten up the red there, so yeah, I'll definitely give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well,
And now a golden opportunity.
six. Seven. 14. 15.
Now he could play for the loose red. He could go into the pack of reds if he wants. Looks like he's just going to play on the loose red.
$22.
One more red available there, you see it. Just
23.
passes the extreme left of the bunch underneath the pink. Just pot into the right corner pocket. He's having a look at this one. There's a anything pot into the left corner. It's a bit tight. He's gone around there to have a look from the pocket. And the camera is in the way. He wouldn't have experienced that anywhere else, Dennis, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the cameramen do an unbelievable job when you've got two tables here. It's so tight for them, as you can see there. So
30.
and the players normally just don't know they're there. You get used to it.
31.
Cameramen and camera women, Dennis. We have one camera woman down there. We can't forget her. She's doing an excellent job.
Well, camera person.
That's it, yeah. There she is, even giving us a little smile as well. Doing a great job. And they have to be quick on their feet, don't they, to get out of the way of the players around the table. Now, a little bit straight on this blue, so he's going to have to play for that red. Just left of the pink, but this is a big shot because he's careering into other reds.
36.
It's one of these that you can take your eye off. You're worried about the cue ball, so he's going to concentrate in the pot here. Well played, good shot.
37.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just a wee bit close to the blue for comfort, but he should be okay, as Ken said.
$42. 43.
He's a wonderful player to watch, isn't he? For such a young player. And what was when he was 14? He won the under-21 IBSF World Championship, Ken.
Yeah.
Well, you won the World Junior. How old were you when you won that?
A lot older than him. I was 20. It wasn't 14 then.
14. That's
14.
incredible.
Yeah. No, he's a very
50.
exciting prospect, and he's certainly showcasing his talent here today against a former champion. Debut at the Crucible. He's made a century. He's put some wonderful balls. He's going to win another frame here, and he's only going to be one behind, and he could even make another century. It's the important ball. Very, very impressive stuff so far.
$65. 66.
Just two reds either side of the table, but they're far enough away from the cushion to be able to drop in behind them if he's going to make back-to-back centuries. And wouldn't that be something?
73.
So he's got a nice angle here to just drop in behind that red, the left side of the table. He's had a look to see if it'll go in the middle pocket. If not, he can just drop in behind it. Beautifully played. Absolutely spot on.
80. $81.
Oh, he just got the wrong side of the blue, so now he's faced with a middle distance
86.
pot if he's going to make the century. I can't quite reach it. And that little extension will help. Wonderful shot, and the perfect angle on the pink to get in behind the difficult yellow that's near the cushion. But if he can get about 2 feet away from that yellow and not straight, he can get the century. There's the pink. What's the angle like? Doesn't want to be straight on the yellow, and he's not. He can get out onto the green. Still needs a good shot though. Needs a lot of power.
93.
Yeah, this will be a good one. Lots of cue power here, screwing back off 2 cushions. Look at this. Look at the cue ball. Needs to get out. Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's going to endear himself to this crucible crowd the way he's performing here. Century for this young Chinese sensation.
$107.
Oh, it doesn't matter about the pink. It's a wonderful century break.
On the frame.
And all of a sudden, this young player is just 1 frame behind. It's 4-3.
Quiet as possible, please. Thank you. The 8th frame. Who is it to break?
Yes, thanks, Hazel.
Quiet as he can, please.
Interesting thoughts from the two lads up in the Winter Gardens there. Yeah, we definitely have a match on. And the young man, Yazie, is growing with confidence. There's no doubt about that. Now, how can Neil Robertson respond? 2 more frames, of course, in this session before they come back tomorrow afternoon. It's okay, he's got away with it. But yeah, 2 very important frames, and particularly for Neil Robertson as well. Being 4-1 up, Dennis, I thought, well, this was easy, but certainly not been an easy afternoon for him, even though Robertson is playing some wonderful stuff himself.
Be interesting to see if Neil just goes into safety mode for a 5 or 10 minutes just to knock this player out of his stride. Because he knows if he leaves him in amongst the balls, he'll be in his seat for quite some time. But Brown's just a bit of a distraction for the safety shot here. Played it well though, this could be in behind the green. Wasn't intending to get in behind the green, he just wanted to find the path back down the table. But can he just get past to Snooker red? Maybe just. I think the green might just have come to the rescue there. Yeah, as you can see it. You'd have to bend this slightly, and you can see that's what he's attempting to do. What a shot. To judge at the full length of the table with swerve on it, Ken.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Fantastic. A little kiss on the red. Well, it was pink. Certainly a little bit tricky into the left centre. I don't blame him not taking. He's going to take the long blue one. Right in the middle of the pocket. Beautiful camera angle, that gives you more of a sense of the length of the table, the side.
7.
I'll tell you what is so impressive as well, he keeps so still on the shot, his head perfectly still, so it doesn't matter how hard he hits the ball, he still doesn't move that head.
30.
Now, is that pink? Is it potable anywhere? Is it potable into the left centre? Maybe.
$14.
Looks pretty good.
$20.
There's a couple of potable reds, but they're all sort of covering each other somewhat into both corners. There's one clearly available. But as I said, the rest are all
20.
blocking each other. And that's come up a bit short. He's got a problem now. Pink's no good to him because he'd be going away from the reds. Unless he decides to somehow get all the way around the table. But as I say, they're all blocking each other, so he's got a bit of a problem here. It would be some shot if he was to go right around the angles and avoid the colours there. And here it comes. He's found the gap. I mean, this is a great, great effort.
$27.
Oh, he's overcut it, you could tell. But he might just have gotten away with it.
27.
I'm not sure if Neil can plant something onto that one that's over the pocket. Well, it doesn't look as if he can from that picture, but oh, he was right in there with that great recovery pot that he pulled off, but that one was just going to the jaws. I say, even if Neil can swerve around the reds to pot this, how does he get out onto a colour? Playing it with the swerve, as you can see. He doesn't want to get too much swerve, otherwise the white could follow the red in.
One.
Yeah, he couldn't do much with that.
Yellow ball, thank you. Neil Robertson one.
Yeah, he's played a good one there, Neil Robertson. Got a full ball snooker. All red. Don't think he can see. He'll have to swerve around the brown to hit this red just to the right of the black. He's not on it, as you can see, so could play a little swerve. He's played that very well. Good shot, that.
they've all been very fluent, the frames, this afternoon. This one just getting a little bit tied up. Most of the frames have been won with one visit. This is the first real tactical battle in the match so far, you'd have to say. And that's a terrific safety shot there. That has put me in trouble. You can see the red's the right side of the table. But that one that's over near the cushion, he's got to avoid canning into that, so that's not going to be easy. So a bit of a problem here for the Australian. Just looking to come off a couple of cushions and just land on the two reds that are to the left of the black. Dead weight he's after here. And that's not going to reach. Same
Foul,
line
the miss.
with a little more
Who is a
pace.
full?
Mind you, is he dead straight on this red for the right middle? If it is, he could maybe take it on and stay on the black. All depends on the angle.
Okay.
No, it's not there. Can't take that shot on.
Neil? Touch more. It's not a lot off the cushion. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, yeah, easy, yeah.
Well, there you see it. Shot time coming up to almost a minute and a half. Putting a lot of thought into this. He might be ended up playing the double here, is he? Oh, maybe it wasn't on, but just a safety shot. He was afraid of leaving the cue ball up in the baulk area for fear of leaving his opponent possible long red. And the way he's been knocking the long reds in this session, so I didn't want to leave him even a tempter. Doesn't have to do much here. You can just roll up to the 2 reds that are on the black spot. I'm trying to get in behind the black. Slight advantage to Neil Robertson at the moment.
Yeah, removing this red helps the situation. But at the moment, the cushion behind the black is the safety zone. Surely there's not a plant on Ken.
Well, he's having a good look at it. No. You can see it's going to the cushion. I don't think you can make that plant. Well, it's as good as he could possibly do. He didn't want to leave this red into the right centre, but it's certainly on for Neil Robertson.
Because he's so close to the cushion, he'll probably have to take that one on. Okay, where's the white going to go? Natural angle will take it up somewhere near the brown, you would think. They're not easy pots when you're tucked up on the cushion. No, they're not easy by any means. Now this is a tester. It's a thin one if he's going for the middle. Oh, much too thick.
Foul. Neil Robertson 4.
He'd like to have that one again.
Yeah, it's not straightforward, this stuff for Neil Robertson. He's looking down the line. Can he avoid the black with the cue ball and try and bounce it off this top cushion back up for pink or blue? Maybe he's going to play for the black through the gap of the 2 reds. Oh, he's got through the gap. That was a pretty good shot, that. He had to avoid both reds just underneath the pink spot, and he has done. Great chance for Neil Robertson here.
Full. Five.
Well, he's calling him. all his experience here, Neil Robertson, from 4-1 in front. He's seen his opponent make 2 breaks, 2 centuries, both 107. And he knew the importance of this frame. There's one more after this. He could still get out of this session winning at 6-3, which would be
12.
quite a result for him.
30.
No substitute for experience, and he's called on it all here, Ken, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's a bit to do here, you know, and he'll definitely be feeling it slightly.
$20. 20.
Just having a look at those 2 reds. I think if they're not a direct plant into the right centre, it certainly can be made.
Yeah, and the 2 reds that look to be a little bit awkward are okay for Neil being a left-hander. The one to the right of the green's okay, and the one that's near the left corner pocket here is okay for a left-hander.
$29.
That's a much better angle for the plant
36.
this time. He's still got the other easy red. I think the plant would be the best choice here. And he's once again going to leave it. He
37.
just wants to leave a good angle on the plant so that he can play on blue or pink.
Yeah, when he plays the plant, the first red that he's going to play, he doesn't want to knock that into a safe position. He wants to try and keep that out in the middle of the table somewhere in a potable position.
$45.
Good pot, but nicely on pink or black. But as I said, I would have liked to have kept the red. A bit more in the open, just give himself more choices. 19 points in the lead, so he's going to need pink and 2 more reds and colours to be in a position where his opponent will need a snooker. This red is not too bad for a left-hander, as Dennis mentioned.
51.
The red beneath is slightly awkward. He's had a quick glance at the scoreboard.
He got into that a little too much. He wanted to be closer to this, but he should be okay.
52.
And as I say, the red over the other side of the table for a left-hander's okay. The yellow's in the way if he was to take the brown to get up behind that. But if he's got an angle on the yellow, he could take it and drop on this. The red he's looking at now. I think he can just avoid the yellow and get nicely on that one.
$56.
The red and the black would leave him safe in this frame.
$57.
what great champions do, isn't it, Ken, when they're put under the cosh, and he was with those 2 centuries, back-to-back centuries, and he's responded like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a good break. There's questions asked, and he's definitely come up with the answers. Good break this from Neil Robertson. Yazie had that chance
64.
to cut red into the right centre pocket. Missed it, went in off. Neil Robertson has come to the table. Looks like made enough to increase the gap once again to 2 frames.
And it's only 1 snooker that's required, so he's giving this plenty of attention. This to keep Wu in his seat. No. So, not quite over yet, but barring a snooker, you would think the Australian's got himself 2 frames in the lead.
64.
Yeah, well, as you said, 1 snooker, but it's a good opportunity here. Could play the snooker, but he's 38 points behind. Might be a good idea to pot red and black here while he has the opportunity. He's just going to play the snooker. Well, I think it's not a bad idea. Pop red and black. He's going to need red and black at some stage. Yeah.
What? Thank you.
And once he's got the black in the pocket, Dennis, then he can play a snooker on the yellow.
Well, he's put the white exactly where he wanted.
8.
Every chance he can get in behind the black here. So that's why Neil Robertson knew he had to pot that last red. While he's taking the pot on, it looks as if he can get up behind the black from that yellow. But he thought, if I can get tight in behind the brown, it would be an even more difficult snooker to escape from. So sending the green up towards the black and the white tight in behind the brown.
Yazie.
Well, that's okay. He couldn't send the green to the black because of the angle. You'd think 1 cushion would be the easy way to escape, the right side of the table. Well, he thought long and hard, but this has got to be the easiest way, you would have thought. Oh, he's hit this too hard. Yeah, that was a delicate snooker he attempted there.
3.
Good point.
7.
Well, he's missed the blue.
Neil Robertson.
Will stay in his
On the
chair and not to the referee. So a good frame for Neil Robertson. Just stopped this mini onslaught from his opponent. He goes back into a 2-frame lead again. He leads by 5 frames to 3.
There's the old magic curtain disappearing up into the crucible. And play just finished on the other table, so they'll have this last frame all to themselves, which throws a whole new light on the crucible when there's 2 tables there. No distractions, Ken. It's always nice if you have the arena to yourself.
Yeah, no noise, and all the focus is on your own table, and that will be a different experience for the young 19-year-old who's played so well this afternoon. I mean, as I said, he was faced with a barrage of breaks from Neil Robertson, but came back with 2 centuries. And to make a century on his debut, would not only do that, but follow it up with another one. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and I think we said at the time, Neil Robertson put everything into this frame. You know, he didn't rush anything, and he waited for his chance, and he virtually clinched it with that 64 break.
Yeah, and a big frame coming up as well in the context of the match. I mean, if does manage to win this frame, I think with the 2 players, he will feel a lot better. Neil Robertson looked to establish a 3-frame lead overnight. So big frame coming up. But I must say, I'm being very impressed of you, Dennis. We'll use. I mean, I see him every day up in the Dingjonwee Academy practicing in there with his father. I knew what sort of a talent he was, and it was just the question was, how was he going to cope against Neil Robertson today?
It's been a wonderful match. I've enjoyed every ball that's been struck, and I've enjoyed watching him play. I like his style around the table. You know, for a 19-year-old, you know, making his debut here, it's fantastic. Really enjoy watching him. First day at the Crucible Theatre, the atmosphere around Sheffield is buzzing, isn't it, Ken, as it always does?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and particularly out, even you know, in the front of house, out in the Crucible, outside of the big screen, there's a big crowd out there. It's just it's amazing what the tournament does to Sheffield itself. You know, so many people from all different walks of life. I was talking to a gentleman upstairs, and come all the way from Sydney, Australia. His son living in Manchester, and the 2 of them are here today for the very, very first time. Neil Robertson comes back into the arena.
Thank you. The final frame of the session. Neil Robertson to break.
So it's Neil who gets the final frame of this session underway. He's come up a little bit short with his break off, and you know that his opponent's going to take this long red on. This is one of his strengths, but this is a big shot early on in this final frame of this session. Oh, well, I thought he might have got away with that little kiss, but maybe not. Yeah, there was a bit of pressure on this one. He's so good at that type of shot. But there is a red that goes into the middle pocket. And Neil, well, he can get on the black. This goes in, early chance. You're right down. the cue here and straight in the pocket.
Yeah, good pot, but this black is a little bit tricky. To a blind pocket, cannot see the pocket down on the shot. Trusting his instinct, and he's got it. Yeah, he has. How's your look? First glance, doesn't look like he's on anything into this bottom right corner pocket.
8.
Red beside the blue, up into the green is a possibility.
Yeah, I think Neil thought if I pot this, I'm bound to be nicely on my next red, and it finished a little awkward.
Neil Robertson, 8.
Yeah, I thought it's just a matter of rolling the black in. You're cannoning into it, you're bound to finish on something, and look how the white managed to find his way through the pack over near the side cushion. That's a little beauty, I think. Unless he can get past the green. The one, the extreme left of the table. Yeah, he can. And Neil Robertson special coming up, is it? Oh, someone's phone goes off just on his backswing. Look at the nudge he's got there. He thought he was bound to get it safe. Screwed back. Hoping. Playing it in such a way that it'd be a shot to nothing, but a series of little cannons there has left this one on.
What?
I played that with a lovely little trace of right hand side just to widen the angle off the cushion. Possibility of this green into the top left corner pocket. Natural angle of the cue ball down towards this top cushion for the red. Over this bottom right corner. No, he's missed it. Oh, wow.
Louisa.
Well, he hasn't missed a lot of pots this afternoon, but maybe a slight bit of tension on that one, Dennis.
I think that was, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. That was the importance of the shot, and with it being the last frame and having a chance to get just one frame behind, he might get another chance, but he's left an easy opener.
What?
Make no mistake, he'll be hoping to take full advantage here. He'd be delighted if he comes out of this 6-3 in front, even though he led 3-0.
Well, that's a poor one. He's let that go. I don't know what he was playing for there, but that is probably one of the worst position shots here ever likely to see from Neil Robertson.
Was that a little bit of tension, a little bit of adrenaline, because he overscrewed that by a long way. He had, just have a look, he could have left this white in such a position. He had a red in the middle, he had a red to the right of the black on, and he just overscrewed it.
He'd be so annoyed, Neil Robertson, that he didn't make more of that chance.
Leo Robertson 6.
This is a good line at the cue ball.
Not often you get a frame this early on with not one colour on its spot. Very unusual, that. But this is a chance, just the opening pot, as long as he gets position.
One. Eight.
Now you can tell that the tension has crept in to his cue action. He was so smooth a few frames back, and all of a sudden the importance of this final frame of this session is telling it its toll at the moment. That was a wide, and it forces a little smile from him.
One.
It's a bit close to the blue, but he'd like to get it back on its spot here. He can just about screw back, but he...
Six.
Now has he got an angle? He can stun across for the black. That's what he's having a look at. Slight angle, but may not be enough. Let's see what he's going to do here. Oh, he's coming back up for blue, but may not get top side. He's okay though. The red that's close to the left corner pocket. It's not too bad for him. Dead straight, you can see the angle. Almost straight on the blue. But if he just pushes the cue ball through for this red over this right, left corner, and then he can get back on the black here.
12.
I'll play this with a lot of bottom on the cue ball just to hold it. A little bit of noise, a little bit of movement in the crowd. Yeah.
30.
And he's played it nicely. Good control there.
He's moving a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell him now. Yeah.
I think there's
If you're on
someone.
the front, you're going to have to stay still because you're right in the eye line of the players. Okay, so you've got to stay
Referee
still.
Rob Spencer just telling someone on the other side of the arena on the front row. Probably doesn't realise he's
20.
just moving around and it's in the line of the player and it is off-putting.
21.
Didn't quite get into that one. He wanted to be
28.
able to stay on the black, so change your plan. Go up
29.
for the blue. As long as he gets to the right side of it, and he has done, he's okay.
Yeah, that was nicely judged, wasn't it? Can drop on one of these reds around the pink spot here.
$34. $35.
It's been a very high standard, this match. Neil's had breaks of 138, 96,
42.
79, 64. And
40.
Yazie has had breaks of 82 and 2 centuries. So, high quality match. But he's well on his way here, and this young player knows that he's going to have it all to do tomorrow. 6-3, he's still in with a good chance. But that little cannon secures the final frame, you'd have to say, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Robertson will be, well, he'll be delighted to get out of this session. 6-3. And I think his opponent will use it. I mean, what a debut for him. Lots to look forward to tomorrow. It's been very impressive the way he's handled himself, and particularly, you know,
58.
making those couple of centuries on his debut.
59.
Yeah, it was just this last frame, the importance of it just seemed to throw him off a little bit, and he missed a couple of ones that he didn't look like missing earlier in the session.
66.
But as I said, 3 frames behind, a long way to go.
67.
Could he possibly finish with a century? That would be 4 centuries, 2 from either player. It's going to be very difficult the way the balls are sitting, but might do.
Ooh!
Well held, Rob.
Nearly.
Oh, big ooze. He did well to catch that one. He must have played cricket in his day, Rob.
73.
Those gloves, they can be slippy at times. He's a left-hander, so if he drops him
78.
behind the green, he's going to need the rest. He was straight on the yellow, so it would have to be a Neil Robertson special if he's going to make a century break. This goes in to bring the house down. No century break, but I'll tell you what, he won't be too disappointed about that. The young Chinese player put him under pressure with 2 century breaks, but in the end, the Australian will be delighted, and he wins that final frame and takes the match into tomorrow with a 6-3 advantage.